So we're going to review talking about how we can say things belong to us versus someone else. They're called possessive adjectives. Doesn't really matter that you know that that's what they're called. And it's important, obviously, right? So we can say, this is my pen. This is his phone. Stuff like that. This is also really one of those examples of how important it is that every time we learn a new noun in French, that we learn if it's masculine or feminine, right? So when we learn pen, we don't just learn that it's stylo. We learn that it's le stylo. And when we learn piece of paper, we don't just learn that it's feuille de papier, but it's la feuille de papier, because this is going to apply to so many things throughout French, not just so that you're using the correct le and la, but to things like possession, to things like adjectives. If you're going to say something's red or black, it's going to change how you use red and black, and a whole bunch of other things as we go. So every time you learn new words, if you learn that masculine and feminine with it, it's going to make a big difference. So we want to be able to make sentences talking about who owns different things or who they belong to. Obviously, sometimes we don't really own him. If we're talking about my sister, I don't own my sister, but you know what I mean, a relationship. So we have to figure out how to make them match with gender, which means masculine and feminine, and with number, which means plural or singular. So things like my cat, your pencil, his friend, our house, their car, stuff like that. So we have three ways to say my. Mon, ma, me. How are we going to decide which one we want to use? So mon is, all of them mean my, and I'm a girl, I can use all three of these. So it doesn't matter that I'm a girl which one I'm going to use. My husband, who's a man, he could also use all three of these. How do we decide which one? It depends on the thing that we own, if that thing's masculine or feminine. So mon is for masculine singular nouns. So I'm a girl, I'm still going to use this masculine one because pen is masculine. This is mon stylo. Okay? Ma, anything that's feminine. My mom, ma mère. Mère is feminine, so that's why this is ma. Even if my husband wants to talk about his mom and say my mom, he's a man, but his mom's a woman. So that's where the ma comes from. So it depends on the thing you're talking about that you own. And then mes is plural. My homework, mes devoirs. Devoir is plural in French. Now notice up here it also says masculine singular noun and before vowels. Think about what that before vowels thing means. French people like their words to glide together a lot, right? This says use mon before vowel sounds. So mon ami, this makes sense because ami is masculine, so of course we're going to use mon. But look here, ami is feminine. But because it starts with a vowel sound, we're still going to use mon. So we can say mon ami because ma ami is kind of choppy. Okay? Same idea to talk about your. So we're talking to one person, singular, that person that we're informal with, and we want to say your pen, your mom, your homework. Very similar to mon mame, we have ton tate. And they're also for masculine, feminine, plural. And again, what is masculine, feminine, plural? The person? No, the thing that they own. So your pen. Pen is masculine, that's why it's ton. Your mom, mère is masculine, that's why it's ta. It doesn't matter who you are. His and her, same idea. We have son, sa, se. Notice all of these could be his and all of them could be her. So again, the person doesn't matter. It depends on what object they own. So son stylo could mean his pen or her pen. Stylo is masculine, so son is masculine. Sa mère could be his mom or her mom. It's sa though because mère is feminine. It doesn't have anything to do with it whether it's his or her. And then say is plural. Ses devoirs. This could be his homework or her homework. And just like with mon ma me, ton tate as well as son sa se, we're going to use son or ton before vowel sounds. So just like back here we said mon is masculine, but it's also before vowel sounds, like in ami. We're going to do that same thing with ton for vowel sounds as well. So ton ami and son ami. So even if it's feminine, if it starts with a vowel sound, it's mon, ton, son. We have the plural ones. The plural, we don't have to worry about masculine, feminine, just about singular plural. So for our, we have two forms, notre and no. So it doesn't matter if the thing we own is masculine or feminine, as long as it's singular, it's just notre. Our pen, notre stylo. Our mom, notre mère. And if the thing we're talking about that we own is plural, like devoir, homework, nos devoirs. Your. So this is if I'm talking to a whole group of people, like your whole class, these books are your books. Or if I'm talking to one person I'm formal with, right? Like our principal, he's my boss, I have to be formal with him. Again, we only have two forms, singular, votre, and plural, vos. So I'm talking to someone that I'm formal with or to a group of people. I say, this is your pen, votre stylo. It's only one pen, so votre. These are your homeworks. This is your homework. Ce sont vos devoirs. Vos is plural because devoir is plural. And then finally, their. So we have two or more people, and together they share one item. We have, again, only two forms, singular, leur, and plural, leur. Pronounce the same. This one has the S. So what's the difference? The one without the S, this leur, is used for singular, masculine or feminine nouns, right? So I've got three people over here, and I want to say they all share this pen. This is their pen. Say leur stylo. It's a group of people, but it's only one pen, so leur is singular. Now these same three people share both of these pens. Now the leur is plural. Ce sont leurs stylos, because the pens are plural. Homework is plural. These are their homeworks. Ce sont leurs devoirs. So if the thing that group of people owns is plural, the leur is with an S. If they only own one thing together, leur without an S. So here's a review of all the forms. This is what you always want to have out in front of you to remind you. So you've got all of your English versions here, what to do if it's masculine or before a vowel sound, feminine, or plural. And again, remember that you're going to decide first, okay, I want to say this is mine, it belongs to me. So my choice is mon, ma, me. How am I going to decide if it's mon, ma, or me? It doesn't matter if I'm a boy or girl, it matters if the thing that I own is masculine or feminine in French, right? So I'm going to show you the kind of practice that you're going to be doing on your own so that you have a little idea to go back to. So I'm going to give you sentences like this where I'm going to underline whoever the person is over here, and we're going to assume that this same person is the owner of whatever's over here. So if I say je suis avec chien, if it's I, then what goes with that? My, right? So our choices are mon, ma, me. So we're going to say, okay, well, chien is masculine, so it has to be mon. Je suis avec mon chien. The only choice here was mon, ma, or me, right? It couldn't be ton or notre because it's I, je. So, and then it was mon because chien's masculine. Sarah, which is like elle, right? What are the choices for elle? Son, sa, se. How are we going to choose which one? Chien's masculine, son. So it doesn't matter that Sarah's a girl. We could have put son, sa, or se. We chose the masculine because chien's masculine. So Sarah's with her dog. Sarah est avec son chien. Same sentence here, but with Marc. Marc is il. Marc est avec son chien also. So see, whether it was Sarah or Marc, she's with her dog, he's with his dog. These both mean his and her, and they're both masculine. His dog is masculine. Didn't matter if it was Sarah or Marc. Marc regarde, and now I have chat plural. So what are my choices for Marc? Marc's watching or looking at his cats. Son, sa, se. How are we going to choose? Chat is plural, so se. Nous étudions. We're studying our book. So whatever this is, we're going to assume the same person owns it. So it's we, so it's our. We're studying our book. What are our choices? Notre and nos. There's only one book, so it's notre. Now, number 6, it's nous étudions, and livre is plural. We're studying our books. So our choice again is notre or nos, but books is plural this time, so it's nos. See the difference? Number 7, Martin et Sophie, so that's the same as il, plural. Regarde, tele. They're watching their TV. So we have two people. They're watching their TV. What are the choices? Leur without an S or leur with an S? There's only one TV, so no S. Same sentence, but we're going to have plural TVs. Martin and Sophie are watching their TVs. Plural, leur with an S. So they're watching their TV, no S. They're watching their TVs, S. Tu manges ta glace. Ice cream is feminine. So with tu, what are your choices? Ton, ta, te. Ta, because glace is feminine. Tu utilises stylo. What are your choices? Ton, ta, te. Stylo is plural, so te. And that's how we're going to do practice.